Hey, alright, shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all glories and praise and fear to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Kakwadash. I also want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who do well. Here's your brother Kakam, member of the Great Millstone Atlanta camp. We're back again today with another video, and this one's going to be called 85 Seconds to Midnight. 85 Seconds to Midnight. And this comes from the Doomsday Clock, okay, being moved to 85 seconds, which I have an article here from cbsnews.com, and, words will be edifying, and this is a signal of our deliverance. The Lord is having Esau really be a talebearer upon himself with how much longer he has in his kingdom. Esau says 85 seconds. I say 5, because, hey, man, this nigga, he don't got long, bro. Esau is, in the pits of fucking hell. Esau is his own kingdom. And I'm going to grab this record. This is Mark 3, verse 21, and it reads, 23, and he called unto them and said unto them in parables, how can Satan cast out Satan? And that's exactly what's going on. Satan is casting out Satan. You have Egyptian versus Egyptian. You have Edomite, which the Edomites are modern day Egyptian. You have Edomite versus Edomite. Okay, you even have infants within these elite classes. Okay, even these governors and Republicans and Democrats are all fucking going head to head, because of this whole ICE situation, or just because of politics in general, or just because of the situation how the Lord has the world heating up. Scripture going to Matthew 24 chapter says, what? Because iniquity shall abound, all over many shall wax cold. Alright, so we're coming into some we are in some very, 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 very heavy and trying times. Okay, this could possibly be the year where Esau drops the mark. You had the mark on the Mr. Beast, not podcast, but show. Okay, his latest episode. Okay, where he's going through the upgrades he's going through the upgrades in technology and such. Okay. But this is, Esau always does in the beginning of the year, but this is a trying and telling sign that this nigga's kingdom is fucking through, man. Mark 3, verse 21, Mark 3, verse 23, and he called unto them and said unto them in a parable, how can Satan cast out Satan? If a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. And if Satan rise up against himself, and Satan is rising up against himself with arms, by the way, okay, scripture going to 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, says what? That they should not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of their actions will stand in their power. Let me grab this, Matthew 20, 2nd Ezra 16, verse, 2nd Ezra 15, I'm not sure I said 16, forgive me, 2nd Ezra 15, verse 16, for there shall be sedition. I'm going to go up to 14, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, because 85 seconds, that's equivalent to Esau's nuclear destruction, okay, or some type of giant, which is going to be nuclear destruction according to the Bible, but, Esau talks, he believes it's going to be some type of mega, something that's going to happen that's going to wipe out humanity. Well, not all humanity is going to be destroyed, but here in America, yeah, okay, everything living and breathing on this continent, if you're not part of the elect nation Israel, will be destroyed, okay? Goat, sheep, rabbit, roach, owl, tiger, lion, liger, okay, the Lord's gonna wipe everything out, bro. Alright, because, Babylon the Great has been a gold cup in the Lord's hand, and now the Lord's done drinking it. Okay, he's made the nations drink it, and now the nations are angry. Okay, Isaiah 13, verse 10, it says, for the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. Okay, so the smoke is going to darken out the light of the heavens, right? Therefore, thereof shall none give their light. The sun shall be darkened in going back and forth. In his going forth, Slakia. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine. Okay, so the moon is actually going to be blotted out from the smoke from the thermonuclear structure from Babylon the Great and other parts of the earth that will be hit, such as Israel. And I will punish the world for their iniquity, for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. But yeah, so we're going to punish these people by how? Okay, that thermonuclear destruction. Esau is actually preparing for that. You see? Alright. because the way how this person was speaking as this video might just be called various topics, 85 seconds plus various topics. 1 second, let me drink this water. The way how this person was speaking, yapping, okay, she sounded very concerned, about how her society is going to basically go down, which these Edomites can feel in their spirit, hence why they're lashing out. Scripture say in the book of Obadiah, the Lord has made Esau small among the heathen. And that's also getting to his conscience. The doomsday clock, a metaphor for how close humanity is to self-annihilation, which the Lord said, well, I've created the smith to destroy. So it's all in the Lord's will. Okay, what happens to these different nations and they're coming into power and how they're going out. Now, this is the second death that we're speaking about. So the Lord's going to make an example out of Esau as he did to the former Pharaoh. And Esau being the modern day Pharaoh because he has the children of Israel in captivity. The doomsday clock, a metaphor for how close humanity is to self-annihilation, was moved to 85 seconds to midnight on Tuesday, its closest point to the catastrophic since the clock made its debut nearly 80 years ago. Humanity has not made sufficient progress on existential risk that endangered us all, said Alexandra Bell, president and CEO of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists. The risk humanity faces from nuclear weapons, climate change, and disruptive technologies are growing, Bell said. Every second counts, and every second does count for you, Esau. Okay? Every second does count for you, because every single second that you lose is a second closer to our kingdom. As the scripture going to 2 Ezra 6 verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Every second counts, and we are running out of time. Yeah, okay, and that's spiritual, that this Edomite knows that what every second counts and that he's running out of time, because that's actually a biblical concept. Okay, 2 Ezra 6 verse 9, for Esau is the end of the world, Jacob is speaking of fall, Babylon the priesthood is Revelation 12 verse 12. So therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, which is talking about who the elect. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. Okay, talking about the people who live on the earth. Okay, mainly you Israelites, because it's going to be known as the time of Jacob's trouble, but Esau's going to come down upon everyone, whether it be an immigrant or a so-called black, Hispanic, and Native American, which would be the children of Israel, you're so-called African, okay, a Hamite, or you'd be so-called Japanese, which would be the sons of Ammon, which would be a Moab, so-called Chinese, which would be a Moabite, you'd be so-called Arab, which would be an Ishmaelite, and other nations as well, West Indians, East Indians, which would be, Persians, or also the Assyrians. All right, so, Esau's coming down with great wrath on everyone, not just the children of Israel, but it is also known as what Jacob's trouble, because Jacob, you're the only nation that's going to receive salvation. Which you have Israelites look like other nations, okay, but Israel, you're the only nation who can receive salvation, and this is why Esau is going to be mainly trying to put the MOT to the B in you, which the MOT to the B is the RFID CHIP, which is written about in Revelations 13, 16 through 18, where John the Revelator received a vision on people basically lining up and getting a mark, which they could use to buy and sell, okay, and if you didn't have that mark, then you would be outcasted from society. So anywho, there's a Revelation 12 verse 12. So therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them, both the heavens and the earth and of the sea, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time. Okay, and Esau knows that he has but a short time. Hence why the lady said, what, every second counts, and we are running out of time. Is why you see what a new digital system being pushed upon people. This is why you see, once again, the RFID CHIP being pushed upon people. This is why you see what is known as the famine of the word, because Esau's trying to do everything in his power to stop this word. You had that one elite banking guy, I can't think of his name, I think it was a Rothschild, said that he wished that the internet was never invented, or given to the public, because you can do anything on the internet now, man. Okay, so-called JOO, they just took over TikToks, now everyone's deleting that fucking app. You have Amalek being exposed. That's another huge prophecy going on right now, man. No one trusts the so-called small hat, man. Why? Because he's built his whole foundation off of lies, and All right, the Lord is exposing his lies. The Lord said, well, he would, take off the covering cast off of this man, and showing that what the Lord has completely destroyed Esau, man. He's through, and it's only going to get worse. Hence why he's lashing out. Last year, the bulletin set the clock at 89 seconds to midnight, which the year before that, I believe, was 90. So it went down 6 seconds in 2 years, which be careful of that number 6, because Esau likes to use that number and manipulate it, like the guy who got shot in Minnesota. I believe he got shot 6 times. You always see some magical number 33, 6, or whatever it may be to, show that there's some type of cult usage onto how, Esau plays. See? Because he worships Satan. As we worship the Heavenly Father, okay, Esau worships Satan. All right, and Heavenly Father has the numbers that, he might show you on the daily, 777, 77, 44, 144, 144,000, 3, whatever it may be, but we see these numbers and we understand what, as the Most High deals with numerology on the right-hand side, Esau deals with it on the left-hand side. But really, honestly, the Lord makes both good and evil, according to Isaiah 45, verse 7. Anywho, it says Daniel Halls, the chair of the Bulletin Science and Security Board that sets the doomsday clock and physicist professor at the University of Chicago,